Right, good morning, welcome back. Now, it's been 4 weeks since we rolled the Heritage Softail on the lift for the very first time. We're marching through the jobs nicely, so let's just take a quick recap of all the jobs we've done so far. A full purge engine oil and filter change, a complete gearbox oil change, a primary oil change, including a clutch adjustment. Made a special tool to change my fork oil, then changed the fork oil using the easiest method ever. Then changed the rotten brake fluid in the front and in the rear. Now, all these jobs so far are not really project jobs. They're just the kind of things that any of us might do to a bike, a second-hand bike, when we get it home to our garage for the first time. To replace and freshen up all the fluids, to iron out all those leftover niggles that the last owner left behind, and set the bike up exactly how we want it. So after 4 weeks, that's exactly where I am today. I've got all the essential fluid changes squared away, and today I want to do something for me, something for my riding comfort. And the first thing on the list is to change these absolutely dreadful handlebars. Now, of course, I have to say that with all respect, because there may be plenty of you out there that absolutely love your Heritage Softail handlebars. It's entirely subjective. There's no right and wrong. I just personally don't like these. I don't want them any higher. I don't want them any lower. I love the height of them. It's just, to my mind personally, the shape of them is wrong. I'll explain what I mean. All right. Just whip the screen off first. Don't you love how they detach? Now, firstly, when I sit on the bike, the position that the bars put my hands in is dead flat along that plane. And that's not massively comfortable riding a longish distance. Do a 100-mile ride, and the first thing I feel is I want to keep twisting the bars down. There should be a slant. This area of the bar that's dead straight, flat across, the grips, feels like they need to rotate about 30 degrees. So they're just down slightly. Now, a normal, easy way to achieve that would be to pull them back a bit. As you pull them back, these will then float downwards, but then that leads to another problem. Now, I'm sure you can already see from this camera angle, to get this handlebar grip laying down a little bit more to make it more comfortable means leaning this back even further. And look at it, I believe, in my personal view, that's too far back already, because again, it's my opinion that a mini ape hanger or ape hanger bar should follow the line of the forks, or be slightly further forward, if anything. Certainly not leaning back. That just looks weird. Looks wrong, like they're pulled back too far already. So to pull them back further, to get this right, they're gonna look even worse. So clearly the bend of these bars here is all wrong, and that's why I just need to replace them altogether. So, choices. The first thing I thought was, I don't want them any higher or any lower. I don't want to be changing cables and hoses and wiring or all that old nonsense. I just want to swap them for a pair of bars that are the right shape to be comfortable. So I started looking at other years of Heritage Softail and see if these bars were always the same on all Heritage bikes. And they weren't. In fact, this 2008 was the last year they had these strange shaped handlebars. After this, from 2009 onwards, they changed to an ape hanger that was slightly higher and had that lovely slant downwards that I want. But the 2009 handlebars won't fit this bike without longer cables, longer brake hose and longer wiring, and that's going to cost a lot of money, and I don't want to spend a lot of money on it. I'm sure I can do it for less money than that. So after looking on the net at handlebar specifications on various websites, I found a pair of bars that fit 2 different Harley-Davidson models from the past that are exactly the same height, width and pullback, but just not this shape. And they are the bars from a Dyna Street Bob and a Dyna Wide Glide. Those handlebars for those 2 bikes are exactly the same dimensions as these. They just have the perfect shape compared to these, which don't. So I went on Harley's website, and yes, they're still listed. There's still a part number for handlebars for a Dyna Street Bob and Dyna Wide Glide, no problem. They're stainless steel and over £120 a pair, but they're out of stock in the whole of Europe. So it would mean importing them from America, which would make them well over £220 landed with all taxes paid. And that's just a little bit more than I want to pay for this, to say the least. So the best solution, have a hunt around the aftermarket stuff and see if there's a pattern pair that are the same, but realistic money. And there is, from Motorcycle Storehouse, handlebars for FXDB and FXDWG. So that's Street Bob and Dyna Wide Glide. They came through Motorcycle Storehouse in stock, next day delivery after they processed the order, and just £55. Now I like that. Okay, they're not stainless steel like the factory ones. They are chrome plated, but at a fifth of the price of the factory ones, I can live with that. And also what's most important is I've got the same rise here exactly as the ones on the bike, but I've got this slant that is all important rather than the flat profile that those ones have got. My hands are now going to be down here, much more comfortable, and that is what's really important. So with all that said, let's actually get them fitted on the bike and see what they look like. Right, T25 Torx for the switch casing and T27 for the lever clamps. Now with these Torx screws on the throttle side, just loosen them. We're not taking them off in the same way as that side. Just back the screws out 3/4 of the way so everything's loose. So everything's alive and flopping about. Then crack open the 4 screws on the clamp. And these are 1/4 inch Allen key. Right, I've demonstrated this a fair few times on other bikes. You might have seen it before, and it works on Harleys with dimple bars. Your throttle cables won't be long enough to slide off the end of the bar, so don't worry about that. Don't go stripping them all out, taking all that switch block apart. That's a waste of time. Leave it in situ, just loosen it all off so it's flopping about like that. Then undo the clamp and slide the old handlebars out of the switch block, leaving it there. Then get your new handlebar and slide that into the switch block intact, and then just tighten it up. Simple. Save yourself a ton of time stripping all that apart and then rebuilding it for no reason. Clamp there with the screws still in. And just slide the new one in. Just nip them up temporarily. Switch block. And just tighten them up. Just a wrist tight on these little baby screws. There. Lovely. Right, grip on first. Don't need any glue, just put it on dry. That's it. Right, because these bars are a slightly different shape, I'm just rearranging the wiring slightly. Clip all the cable ties off at the front of the tank. That releases it so it moves about a bit, and then just shift it around till it sits nicely against the profile of the new bars, then clip it all up. Nice neat install. And there we are, a common problem solved. If you have an early model heritage Softail with those infamously ugly handlebars, then these might just be the answer. Dyna Wide Glide or Street Bob, same handlebars. They fit straight on, as you saw. They're the Motorcycle Storehouse brand, and I got them from Hogparts for £55. What's not to like? Now I've got a little bit more tidying up and clipping away to do, but I'll do that after a test ride. So thanks for watching. Take it easy, ride safe, and I'll see you next time.